You get up to make coffee. They follow you to the kitchen. You walk to the bathroom. They are at the door before you close it. You move to the bedroom to grab something you forgot. Think they are already there, watching you from the doorway. You sit back down. They circle once and settle at your feet, and 5 minutes later you get up again. And the whole thing starts over. Think most owners find this charming. Some find it a little suffocating. A few worry there is something wrong with their dog. Think that this level of following is a sign of anxiety or insecurity or some behavioral problem that needs fixing. But here is what the science actually says. Think what your dog is doing every single time they follow you from room to room is not a behavioral problem. It is not neediness. Think it is not something that needs to be trained away or managed or redirected. Think it is one of the most profound expressions of love and biological attachment that a dog is capable of showing another living creature. And by the time this video is over, think you will understand exactly what is happening inside your dog every time they get up to follow you. And you will never look at that moment the same way again. Welcome to Think. If you want to understand what is actually happening inside your dog's mind, subscribe right now. Let's get into it. Before we talk about why your dog follows you, think. We need to talk about what following actually costs them, because here is something most owners never consider. Your dog is comfortable. They found a warm spot. They settled in. Think their muscles released. Their breathing slowed. For a dog, that physical settledness is genuinely valuable. It takes energy to get up. It takes effort to leave comfort. Think, and yet the moment you stand up, they stand up. Every single time, without hesitation, without weighing the cost. Think about what that means. Think, your dog has been more attentive to you than any person in your life has ever been. More consistent, more focused. Think, more genuinely interested in the specific details of how you move through the world. They have not been doing this because they were trained to. They have not been doing this for a reward. Think. They have been doing it because you are the subject that matters most to them, and when something matters that much, you pay attention. Think about what that means. Think. There is not a person in your life who would get up from a comfortable chair every single time you move to a different room just to be near you. Not a friend. Not a partner. Not anyone. Think. That level of consistent, unconditional, effortless following that asks nothing in return, following that never complains, following that happens whether you acknowledge it or not. Think that does not exist anywhere else in human experience, only your dog does this. And they do it because of something that goes much deeper than habit or routine or simple affection. Think. Research from the University of Veterinary Medicine in Vienna found that dogs who follow their owners throughout the home show measurably stronger secure attachment scores than dogs who do not exhibit this behavior. Think the following is not random. It is a direct behavioral expression of the strength of the bond. The stronger the bond, the more consistently the dog follows. Read that again. Think. Your dog is not following you because they have nothing better to do. They are following you because you are the most important thing in their world. Think, and their biology will not let them be comfortable with you out of sight. Keep watching. Because what comes next explains the science behind that discomfort. Think, and why it is one of the most beautiful things about how dogs are built. Here is a concept that changes everything once you understand it. Think dogs are what behavioral scientists call a proximity-seeking species. What that means practically, think, is that their nervous system is designed to regulate itself through closeness to their attachment figure. Not just to feel better when their person is near. To literally function better. Think. To think more clearly, to rest more deeply, to feel more settled, all of it depends, neurologically, on being within a certain distance of the person they are bonded to. Think. This is not a metaphor. It is a measurable physiological reality, and here is what makes this even more significant. The proximity-seeking drive in dogs is not the same as the separation anxiety that gets misdiagnosed and overtreated in so many dogs today. Separation anxiety is a dysfunction, think, an inability to cope that manifests in destructive behavior, excessive vocalization, inability to settle. What your dog is expressing when they follow you is something entirely different. Think, it is a secure attachment behavior. The same behavior that developmental psychologists observe in securely attached human infants who want to stay close to their caregiver. Think, not because they are afraid, but because closeness feels right. Because the attachment is real and strong and working exactly the way it is supposed to work. A securely attached infant follows their mother. A securely attached dog follows you. The mechanism is different, but the underlying biology is strikingly similar. Think, and recognizing that similarity changes everything about how this behavior feels. Studies measuring cortisol levels, the stress hormone, in dogs have found that when a bonded dog is separated from their owner, even briefly, even in a familiar environment with no other stressors present, their cortisol rises. Their heart rate increases. Their breathing becomes slightly shallower. Their nervous system activates in a way that is indistinguishable at the biological level from mild stress. And when they return to proximity, when they can see you, smell you, be in the same room as you, all of those indicators reverse. Cortisol drops. Heart rate settles. Breathing deepens. Their body literally exhales. You are not just someone your dog loves. You are your dog's neurological anchor. You are the thing their entire nervous system orients around. And every time you leave a room, you take the anchor with you, so they follow. Not because something is wrong with them. Because something is profoundly right. Because they built a bond with you that runs all the way down to the level of their biochemistry. And that bond, when it is working the way it is supposed to work, looks exactly like what your dog does every single day. It looks like getting up every time you get up. Every single time, without fail, for the rest of their life. Now think about the dogs who don't do this. The ones who stay put when their owner moves. Who are content in another room. Owners of these dogs sometimes brag about how independent their dog is, how easy, how low maintenance. And there is nothing wrong with those dogs. But what research consistently shows is that the degree of following behavior in a dog is not a sign of a problem. It is a signal of depth. The dogs who follow the most are the ones who are bonded the most completely. And the dogs who seem most indifferent to your movement are often the ones whose attachment, for one reason or another, never fully formed. Your dog following you everywhere is not something to manage. It is something to be grateful for. Because not every dog does it, and not every dog is capable of it. The ones who do it are the ones who decided, at some deep biological level, that you are worth every single step. Now let's talk about the specific behavior itself, because there is something about the way your dog follows you that most owners notice but never understand. Your dog does not just follow you. They follow you with a specific quality of attention that is different from any other thing they do. Watch them the next time you get up. Really watch. Before you have taken 3 steps, they are already oriented toward you. Their eyes track your movement. Their body turns before they stand. They are not reacting to you leaving. They are anticipating it. This is because your dog has been studying you, not casually, not intermittently, constantly, for every day of the time they have lived with you. Your dog has been building a predictive model of your behavior so detailed and so precise that they can often tell you are about to stand up before you have made any conscious decision to do so. The way your weight shifts in your chair. The particular sound your breath makes in the seconds before you move. The way your eyes change when you are about to look at your phone before you reach for it. Your dog has cataloged all of it. Every microsignal. Every unconscious tell. And they have connected each one to what usually follows. Research into canine predictive behavior published in the journal Animal Cognition found that dogs living with their owners for longer than 6 months could accurately predict owner movement in over 70% of cases before any observable movement began. They were not reacting. They were predicting. They had studied the person they loved so carefully, for so long, that they knew what was coming before it happened. Think about what that means. Your dog knows your patterns better than you know your own. They have been paying closer attention to you than anyone else in your life. Not because they were trained to. Not because they were rewarded for it. Because you are the subject they find most interesting in the world. Because everything about you, the way you move, the way you breathe, the rhythms of your day is more compelling to them than anything else in their environment. That is what following actually is, not neediness, not anxiety. The natural result of a level of attention and devotion that most humans will never receive from another living creature. Let's go one layer deeper. Because there is a dimension to this behavior that almost no one talks about, and it is the one that will stay with you long after this video is over. Your dog does not just follow you because they want to be near you. They follow you because being near you is how they know you are okay. Dogs cannot call you. They cannot text. They cannot check on you from another room the way a person might. Their only tool for knowing that the most important thing in their world is safe and present is visual and olfactory confirmation. They need to see you. They need to smell you. Think. They need the continuous sensory evidence of your existence to keep their nervous system settled. When you are in another room, that evidence is gone. And in the absence of evidence, think a dog's nervous system does not default to assuming everything is fine. It defaults to alertness, to mild anxiety. Think. To the low-level activation of the same circuits that in a different context would say something might be wrong. Following you removes that activation instantly and completely. Think. The moment they come around the corner and you are there, standing at the kitchen counter, sitting at your desk, doing something completely ordinary, their nervous system resets. You are here. Think you are fine. Everything is right with the world. Research on canine separation distress has found that the single most effective regulator of anxiety in dogs is not medication, not training. Think not environmental enrichment. It is the physical presence of their bonded owner. Nothing else comes close. Nothing else produces the same neurological response. Think nothing else tells a dog's nervous system what your simple, unremarkable presence tells it 100 times a day. You are here. Everything is okay. Think. And every time your dog follows you from one room to the next, they are not just seeking comfort. They are resetting that confirmation. They are doing the thing that keeps their world stable. Think. They are making sure that the center of everything they trust and love is still there, still present, still themselves. It takes them 30 seconds. They do it without thinking. Think. And they will do it again in 5 minutes, and 5 minutes after that, and every time for the rest of their life. Because you are worth getting up for. Every single time. Think. Here is what to do with this understanding. The next time your dog follows you to the kitchen, or to the bathroom, or to any room you move to throughout the day, do not ignore the moment. Think. Do not shoo them away. Do not tell them to go lie down. Take 2 seconds. Look at them. Say their name. Let your face be warm for a moment before you go back to whatever you were doing. That is it. That is the whole habit. What that 2-second acknowledgement does for your dog is disproportionate to how small it feels to you. It completes the circuit. Think. It confirms what they came to confirm, that you see them, that you are present, that the relationship is reciprocal and alive. Think. Their nervous system settles in a way that a simple return to their bed cannot produce. And they will be calmer, more settled. Think. And more present for the rest of the time you spend together that day. You do not need to make it elaborate. You do not need to stop what you are doing. Think. Just 2 seconds of genuine acknowledgement every time they follow you. That is enough to tell them everything their nervous system needs to know. Think. Here is something that surprises most people when they hear it. The acknowledgement does not need to be big to be effective. It does not need to be a full stop in your day. Think. It does not need words, even though words help. A glance, a touch on the top of the head as you pass, a soft saying of their name. Any signal that registers as I see you, I know you are here. Think. You matter to me. That is enough. That is all they need to settle. Think. Because what your dog is really asking when they follow you is not, are you going to play with me, or feed me, or give me something? They are asking one single question. Are you still there? Think. Are you still okay? Are you still mine? And every time you acknowledge them, even for 2 seconds, even without stopping what you are doing, you are answering that question. Yes, still here. I am still okay. I am still yours. Think. Research into owner responsiveness and canine attachment security has found that dogs whose owners acknowledge their proximity, seeking behaviors consistently show significantly stronger secure attachment and lower baseline anxiety than dogs whose proximity behaviors are routinely ignored. Think. The following is their question. Your acknowledgement is the answer, and a dog who gets the answer every time. Think. Is a dog who eventually becomes so secure in the bond that the following itself becomes softer, more relaxed, less urgent. Because they have learned through 1,000 small confirmations. Think. That you will always be there when they look for you. Let's bring this all the way home. Think. We started this video by describing something you have probably seen so many times it has become invisible. Your dog getting up every time you get up. Following you from room to room. Think. Day after day, without complaint, without hesitation, without any expectation of reward. And now you know what that actually is. It is not clinginess. It is not a behavioral quirk. Think. It is the visible, physical expression of a bond so deep it runs to the level of their biochemistry. Think. It is the result of a level of attention and devotion that no person in your life will ever show you. It is your dog making sure, with every step they take behind you. think that the most important thing in their world is still there. Think. A study published in the journal Applied Animal Behavior Science found that the strength of the following behavior in dogs is one of the single most reliable predictors of attachment bond quality. Think the dogs who follow the most are the dogs who love the most, not the dogs with the most anxiety. The dogs with the deepest, most secure, most fully formed bonds to their people. Think. Your dog follows you because you are their whole world, and every time you move to another room, they simply cannot imagine why you would want to be anywhere without them. Think. That is not a dog who needs fixing. That is a dog who chose you completely. A dog who, think, in a world full of smells and sounds and textures and other animals and 1,000 things that could occupy their attention, decided that you are the most interesting thing. Think, the most important thing. The thing worth getting up for, every single time for as long as they live. Think, most humans spend their entire lives hoping to find one person who makes them feel that chosen, that seen, that worth following. Your dog already decided. A long time ago. Think, and they have been showing you every single day since. That is a dog who chose you, completely, without reservation, in every room every day. Think, for every ordinary, unremarkable moment of the life you share together. The next time you get up and hear those familiar footsteps behind you, stop for just a second before you keep walking. Think, that sound is love following you. Let it. If this video moved you even a little, that is exactly what is here for. Think. Subscribe right now and share this with someone who has a dog that follows them everywhere, because now they will know exactly what their dog has been trying to say. Think, they were never just following you. They were choosing you again, and again and again.